This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am sharing the final build that I created using base game and horse ranch. I got early access to an early version of like the build of the expansion pack, so thank you so much to EA for providing me with that early access copy. And just keep in mind that this was an early version, so if things don't look similar to the final release, that is why, because it is not final software. But basically for this home, I wanted to create something that was a bit more modern and not so rustic. I mean, it's still kind of rustic because this pack is just very rustic in all of the furniture and decor and everything. And so I just wanted to try to give it a little bit of a different style and make it feel more of like a suburban family home. And so I hope you guys will like it. I definitely feel like it has that modern farmhouse feel. And this is something that I've tried to do before without custom content and with custom content. With custom content, I found it much more enjoyable and a lot easier. Without custom content, I think I made it work, but this, I don't know, I don't think I truly captured the feel. I think now that we have this pack, it really captures the feel. And so I'm really happy with the way it came out. It has 3 bedrooms. It has, I think, 3 bathrooms. It's been a little while now since I have built this because I'm a bit behind in case you guys haven't been up on my videos. I'm currently in my ninth month of pregnancy. I'm due on the 27th. And so I've been doing that, but I've also been taking care of my son. And so that's why I haven't been releasing videos as often or really at all. And so he does start preschool in October. And so I plan to be a little bit more consistent after that. I'm not really sure how consistent it will be, but I'll try my best, of course. And I'll have a new baby, so I'm just gonna have to feel it out. But yeah, it's been a little while, like I said, since I created this, so if I forget anything, that is why. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update because I still get questions asking like if I'm okay or what's going on. And yeah, I've just been busy with mom stuff basically. And so hopefully I can get back to it, but I really appreciate you guys still watching my videos, and I really appreciate those of you guys who are still supporting me on Patreon. I really need to do some builds that are specifically for that because I have not been able to, but I really appreciate this, like the continued support over there. It's made a huge difference, especially since I haven't been uploading. You know, YouTube and the income that I get from it has it has suffered definitely, but that's okay. I definitely needed to have this break, I think, and have the time with my son, and I definitely just can't really record watching him just because he would not let me do that, and I don't think that would be fair to him anyways. So yeah, now that I have cut you guys up to speed, this house, I was inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest that had this raised front yard, and that's why I built that immediately with the staircase leading up to it and like the flowers and everything surrounding it. I thought that would be super pretty. This specific build does not have a horse on it. All of my other ones that I have done so far have had a horse, and I haven't done anything to put a lamb or a goat, which is definitely something I should probably do, probably when I have the pack in my game, which I have it now. I just haven't got a chance to play around with it yet or build anything, so I'll definitely be doing that soon. But yeah, so I did create 2 other builds like I mentioned. The first one was like a rustic sort of like farmhouse that I imagined was for a family who is just starting out their ranching life, basically their horse life. So they bought an old farmhouse, they bought a horse, they are fixing up their house, they're training their horse, they're practicing all of their different tricks and all that sort of stuff. And so it's just kind of like they're in the beginning stages of that. The next one I built for an older guy who has a daughter who's completely different than them. Like, I think they're polar opposites, and he's like rugged and masculine and all about the ranch life, and he lives in this very rustic masculine home. And then his daughter's like as sweet as can be and loves everything girly and all of that sort of stuff. So I thought that was super cute. And then yeah, for this home I didn't really think about the family too much. I was more going for that decorating style of that modern farmhouse feel that I was going for. And I think I captured it like I mentioned. And then I did decorate a parent's bedroom, which is similar into that theme, but then also 2 kids' room. And basically I just decorated the kids' rooms based off of 2 of the beds. And so they have more of like a personality based on that, and like the color scheme is based on that rather than like how I saw them. So hopefully that'll be easy for you guys to adjust depending on the Sims that you are playing with or something like that, or maybe you want to play with a sim that's specifically designed for the room that I created. So that might be fun. But here I'm working on the floor plan. I really wanted the house to be mostly open, but not too open. I didn't want it to feel like ultra modern, but I definitely wanted it to feel updated and have that sort of like flowy modern feel. And I think it definitely does. And so I'm really happy with the floor plan. Actually, I was able to fit a lot of different stuff in here. Like the downstairs has a kitchen, a dining room, a living room, of course, a bathroom, and then it also has an office space, which I thought was pretty cool because I didn't think that I would really fit one in, even though it was something that I wanted to include. But once I started like seeing like the placement of furniture and everything, I had way too much space in the dining area, so it was really easy to create a an office space too. But here I'm working on the second floor, figuring out the floor plan. So up here there's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and like a landing area at the top of the staircase. And I like the shape of the staircase too, by the way. I definitely play around a little bit with the staircase configurations, but usually I think I typically do like the standard shape or like an L shape. I don't know, maybe an L shape, and maybe, what would you call it, a U? No, this is more of a U shape. But I don't know. I just felt like I hadn't really done this shape before, so I thought that looked pretty interesting. And then here I'm messing with the roof so it doesn't clip in because I did make the staircase a little bit open. Right now I haven't deleted the flooring, but I will soon. And the beds that I'm placing aren't the beds that I plan on using. I just wanted to like lay out how the beds were going to go, because it always drives me crazy when you're hovering above a Sim's house and all the beds are in the same direction. I don't know if it bothers you guys, but in real life it doesn't matter because you're not looking at your home from like an aerial perspective like you are in The Sims. But in The Sims, it looks so unnatural and just weird to me. So if I think about it, I try to plan out the location of the beds beforehand. That way I know where they're going to go and it doesn't have that weird look. But sometimes I can't avoid it because of like placements of windows or the floor plan or something like that. But I try to avoid it when I can. And then back here, as you can see, there's like no space. And that's because of the front yard that I created. But I think even though it's small, I was able to create a cozy backyard. I put a outdoor dining table back here, a barbecuer, there's lots of landscaping, and then there's also a monkey bars for the kids to play on. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I think if you wanted to have some animals here, probably a dog or a cat would be easiest if you have cats and dogs, or maybe you could put like a little chicken coop or something if you have cottage living. But if you wanted to play with animals in this pack, I would definitely keep your horses somewhere else because I don't think they would really fit here or be too happy. But yeah, here is when I'm kind of thinking about like the color scheme of the house, and I'm not really sure. I'm like, am I going to go completely black and white for the entire house? I didn't really know if that would work for like the objects that came in the pack. I know that I'd seen like black and white swatches basically for some of the objects, but I wasn't sure if I should add in some like color. And I think it's when I get to the front porch, I add some chairs that have a blackish wood tone, but it's not completely black. And then the pillows are red. These ones right here, oh, not these ones, these ones. So it is like a black wood, but it doesn't look completely black to me. So I end up incorporating this red color, but also some more browns and not just black woods. And so I just tried to make it feel cohesive, like this family has really planned out their interior. And when I first placed these couches, I was like, oh, I think the brown and the red work, but I don't know. I just ended up like hating the way this was looking. I mean, not that it looks bad, but just for like the color scheme and like for the home design that I wanted to go for, it wasn't what I was wanting it to look like. And so I think I ended up just stepping away from the living room and moving on to a different part, or maybe I changed the color. I forget exactly how it goes because like I said, it's been some time now since I decorated this, but I think I go for a black swatch on the couches. Yeah, I think I move on. Yeah, that's what I do. Okay, I wasn't really sure. So I'm watching this along with you guys. But over here is the dining area. So as you can see, this space is huge. And so I just decided to section off this portion of the room, and that'll be the office. And then this narrow space will be the dining room, which I think is plenty of space for a dining table. And then I go with these more modern looking chairs with this dining table. And I think the tablecloth makes it feel more modern as well. And then I put this giant chandelier above it, not this one, but a little bit of a bigger one. And this just totally gave it that like modern, like farmhouse feel that I was going for. And I loved that rug swatch, but it just wasn't working for me. So I changed it to this one, it's more of a cream color. And yeah, I just add some decorations over here that I think look really nice. And I don't know, I really like the items in this pack. I think they're really cohesive. Sometimes when we get an expansion pack or like a game pack, the Sims team decides to do two different like decorating styles, like either like half of it's traditional and half of it's modern, and neither one of them feel complete. They feel like half done. And so I felt like this one felt a little bit more complete because everything is pretty rustic. But anyways, here I'm back to the living room. I switched the couches to this black color. So even though it's the same furniture, it just felt more modern to me being in the black swatch rather than the brown. And then I layered these rugs and then the rustic coffee table, which I don't think the coffee table came in a black swatch. So I just went with the brown, and same with the side table, but I think that works. And then here I'm just hanging up some base game curtains in this white swatch just to keep it nice and simple. And then also the stone fireplace I thought looked pretty good. And so, yeah, here I'm just trying to find some decorations to hang up on the wall. Again, artwork is just kind of lacking. The painting that we got in this pack is pretty. It comes with nice swatches, but still I feel so limited when it comes to artwork in the game, even though like we tend to get new paintings. Some of them are just kind of hard to use. But yeah, over here I end up placing a shelf, and it's a bathroom shelf. And so I end up actually placing it in the downstairs bathroom when I go to decorate that room, because I found another shelf that works a little bit better in a living room space. And so yeah, that's it for the living room. Over here I hang this nice shelf that I really like because it has like a water canteen and ropes and hats and stuff, and it just looks very cowboyish. And so I think it's perfect for an entryway and for these builds. And so yeah, there I just found that shelf that I was talking about. So this is definitely more appropriate for a living room space, and then that room, or that shelf, is more appropriate for a bathroom. So I was happy to see that, but I don't think you actually find it in the bathroom category. I think you have to look for it in like the surfaces category. So I don't know, I wish we could adjust like how the catalog is laid out, because I think it would make it so much easier to find things and just make it more custom to, I guess, how you would find things. I don't know, it would just be so great. If you could hide things too, that would be great, because it becomes so cluttered sometimes. But also something I want to mention, and I'm going to mention it before I forget, the recording that I captured on all of these early access videos are cut off at the bottom, and I did not realize it till I was editing this video. So I did not realize it in the first ones, and yeah, it's just cut off. It's completely blank, so there's no way for me to like size down the footage to include it. So hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much, and hopefully I will be able to correct that when I go to record in my game and not the early access footage. So yeah, it's so frustrating when something like that happens, but I guess I'm just a little bit out of practice and I just didn't notice, or wasn't as observant as maybe I would be. I don't know if I would be observant to it another time, but yeah, I don't know. Just thought I would let you guys know since I didn't mention it in the other videos. But over here, I was trying to create some sort of like a coffee bar, but I ended up moving the coffee to another counter, and then I just have like a storage and random stuff over here. I think I ended up placing the microwave over here and some of these like little wooden barrel kegs. I'm not really sure what you call those, but I thought that looked nice over there. I actually really like this kitchen. I wasn't really sure about these counters and cabinets in this house because I was like, they look really, really rustic. I like them. I think like the colors and stuff are pretty, but I was not really sure if they really blended into this house. But after placing them, I think they work somehow. And yeah, I ended up placing this cabinet over here. I thought I left the coffee bar over there, but I moved them just to the regular counter space. And then I just put a few decorations around, nothing too crazy, but just enough to make it feel lived in and decorated, I think. And so it's definitely something I like to do, and trying to keep it simpler definitely helps with the modern feel, I think, because modern interiors, I feel like it's a little bit harder to add clutter. I guess it depends on how modern you want it to look. Like if you want it to look very like sleek and contemporary, then less clutter definitely helps with that. But sometimes you just want it to feel like a regular modern family's home or apartment or something, and clutter's fine. So yeah, I don't know. I think for this one it helped out anyways. But yeah, so this is the downstairs bathroom. Like I mentioned, it's a full bathroom with a shower, a tub, a sink, a toilet. Eventually, I forget the toilet at this point, but when I go to decorate the upstairs bathroom, I remembered that I did not put a toilet in here. And so thankfully I caught that, and there's one in here at the end of the build. But yeah, I like this bathroom, and I'm obsessed with this flooring. I think I've mentioned that in the last 2 speed builds that I've done with this pack, but this flooring is so pretty. I love all of the swatches. I love the texture. It just looks so rustic, and I love how it looks like you could feel how rough it is, like if you actually touched it with your hand. And I just love items like that because it just makes them feel so much more high quality, and just like it sucks you into the build a little bit more, if you guys get what I mean. So yeah, up here at the upstairs landing, I'm just adding a little seating area, some artwork around. Nothing too crazy because it's just a little hallway basically. But this is the bathroom for the kids, and it's really small, but I just used that base game shower and tub combo, and here I'm adding the toilet. And yeah, there's a sink and a toilet in this room too, so everything that your Sims need. It's just a little bit of a smaller bathroom, but I think it works, and I think this base game shower and tub actually work pretty nicely for the style that I was going for and everything. And then this is going to be the parents' ensuite bathroom. So lots of bathrooms, but that should be good, I think, for this size of a family. And really, even if you want to have like bunk beds in one or both of the kids' room to add more to your household, I think this number of bathrooms would work too. But yeah, I really like the parents' bathroom. I think it's so nice with the little like pop out for the shower. It worked perfectly to have that space for the shower. So I definitely really liked that. And for the parents' bedroom, like I said, it just goes along with the interior decorating style of the rest of the house. So it's black and white. I used this gray wallpaper, which I think is new. This particular swatch has a few new swatches, and I think this is one of them. And I was so happy to see it because I love these with the wood paneling on the bottom, but the previous swatches were just so limited and kind of a little bit oversaturated, which makes them harder to use. And these ones are a little bit more subtle, and if they're not subtle, the color is still like a lot nicer. And so yeah, I was definitely happy to see that. But I like the way this room came together. It's nice and cozy, and yeah, I feel like it has everything that the Sims need. And then over here, this is going to be the blue room. And so I found this swatch, and so, I think this color of the wallpaper is new too. But anyways, the swatch with the lambs and like the stars and the moons, I just thought it was so cute. So I just based this entire room off of that, found the blue wallpaper, found some other lamb decor that came with the pack, and just blue items and some more colorful things like the rug that I used in here. It has lambs on it, but it's definitely a lot more colorful, but I love the personality that it brings. And I think it actually tied in really nicely with the toy barn, because the toy barn has little pops of color on the inside, even though it's just blue on the outside. And so I think that this little kid maybe just really loves animals, and they're just really cute. Actually, I think both of the kids like animals because both of their beds are animal themed. So I don't know. I just wanted to decorate cute kids' bedrooms. So I think I made it work. And I add a few toys around and a few different decorations. Over here is the dresser, and I add a few different toys up here, just trying to find things that stick to the color scheme and don't make it feel too cluttered. But it's a kid's room, so I think adding clutter even in a more modern style home is necessary, because the kids, they don't really care what the rest of the house is decorated like. And maybe the parents do, though. Some parents might be really strict on the way their children decorate their bedrooms, but I don't know. I like to make them more fun. But anyways, this is going to be the pink room. And so the pink room is, of course, based off of this bed that has horses on it and horseshoes. And I just thought that this is such a cute bed. And I don't know, I just really wanted to give this room that like personality, basically, with lots of pink items. And I was thinking that this kid was probably a little bit older, but they might be the same age. Maybe they're twins and they just don't share the same room. Usually when I create twins, They share a room, but maybe these ones are twins. I don't know. It's totally up to you guys. So far, though, I have not uploaded my builds to the gallery. I definitely need to do that. I've been slacking, but I will upload them soon and yeah, create a build using this expansion pack with the rest of my packs in my game. And I think there's a kit that I haven't got yet, so I'll have to buy that and build something with it too. So I have a lot that needs to be done, but like I said, I am due in just under 3 weeks, so who knows? She could come anytime, which I'm very excited for. I'm so ready. I'm done being pregnant. I'm over it. It's summer and it's hot. Speaking of that, I do have my fan going, but I will try to minimize the noise when I'm editing, and I think I've been kind of successful with that so far in the previous builds, but we will see. Anyways, here I'm just adding the final few touches, and then we're on to the screenshots. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys do enjoy the screenshots, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this build. And if you haven't seen my other ones, I will link them in the description box so you guys can find them really easily. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
The church bells ring every hour or so. I took a little walk just to see the ships coming in. The sun rose up right above the highway. Black, blue, red, yellow, golden skyway. It's like the day that you jump into the wind. I can't go back down to that water again. These old muddy shoes keep on walking streets. Someone's bride buying Egyptian sheets. The window display of some little store in town. And there's my reflection against the morning light. Hello, Mr. Ghost, Mr. Skeleton White. You better comb your hair, you better wipe that George Clay off your brow. You better stand up straight, man, these people hardly recognize you now. Lord, carry me like a sailing ship. Comfort me before I slip around the dark side of the moon. All this spinning around hurts my head. I just sit here lonesome for you. There's a million things I would rather do instead. I know it takes a lot to change a worried mind, and I know it takes a year to see the warm summertime. But I'm made of nails, man, made of tombstone and tall, tall trees. But the tombstone fades and the nails will rust.